All right, guys, I am here with the living legend, the founder of InsuranceCommentary.com, the author of When Words Collide, a great American, a scholar, a gentleman, Mr. Bill Wilson, and we're talking with him right now.
The gentleman part was true, but that's pretty much it.
Now, some folks are probably going to say, what am I doing sitting with Bill Wilson here? Coming from the claims side and spending so many years, people might be thinking I'm sleeping with the enemy over here right now because the claims guys are always trying to deny things and Bill Wilson's always trying to find coverage. But like we talked about earlier, is at both carriers I work for, we were so customer-centric that we were always trying to find coverage. Why do you think that carriers get the bad name of always trying to deny coverage?
Well, I think it's what gets the press is when they do deny something, particularly if it turns out that it's actually covered. So people that have claims denied are the most vocal. Nobody, or rarely does anybody get online and say, oh, I had a wonderful insurance claim experience. So in the seminar I did today, the folks here, the agents were telling me that most of their carriers are great. They're looking for coverage, following the premise that the purpose of insurance is to insure. And that's the way most adjusters do. And I gave examples of a few that you wonder what their motivation was, but any industry has that. And in our industry, it's probably a lot less than other industries because of the regulations. And
very true.
Companies have too much at stake to screw up that way.
Yeah, they're one-off situations like any other industry. But even in claims, it feels as though, like you said, it's the bad situation where folks are going out and spreading the message of their bad experience. So what could carriers or agents be doing? Shouldn't they be spreading the message of those happy customers as well?
Well, it'd be breaking precedent over the last 100 years if we actually said something good about ourselves. I was talking about that today about the industry advertising, and I named a company by name. Not that there's anything wrong with the company, but I just don't like their advertising because it's frivolous and it's you don't have to be serious, but you need to focus on the things that we do well and the importance of what we do. And it's just their advertising just seems to be silly, I guess is the way. I gave an example. There was a guy that tweeted something, says, "Why are so many insurance companies trying to out funny each other?" And I understand the whole purpose of advertising is to grab attention quickly and become memorable, but there are ways to do that other than, frivolity.
And I love your message about how insurance, even personal lines, it is not a commodity. There are so many differences from policy to policy. You read about that in the book as well that you touch on. But how do we get that message out when we have those billion-dollar marketing budgets that are fighting the independent agents or the local agents that are trying so hard to sell on the value? What can we do?
I wish I knew. I don't know because you got 2 or 3 companies that are spending $2 or $3 billion in doing this. And there's an agent I know in New York named Ed Higgins, and Ed is some kind of a Blues Brothers mission god dealing with industry advertising that I don't know that we want to regulate it the way pharmaceuticals are regulated, but that we should be telling people that it's not a commodity, but our industry advertising is dominated by pricing. Save 15% or whatever the slogan is, and until some other companies step up. And I give credit sometimes to companies like the Mayhem guy or the Farmers commercials where they do talk about coverage, and the rest of the industry just needs to get on board and talk about that.
100%. I couldn't agree with you more. And that's one thing. So at my new company, Social Survey, too, we're all about powering the brand locally. And we want to make sure that agent wins locally because they don't have to compete against those big boys in those big markets. It's that local, because that's where people are searching for people now, is online, and to make sure you show up early on. So that's so important, we believe.
Well, that's why I think small town agents have been so successful, is that their advertising is word of mouth and local. The people, they see them in the community. When they do something well, they hear about it in the community, and that's about the only way we've had for advertising is on that personal level. And we need to get carriers that will get on board and invest some money in getting this message out to consumers, because people are just focusing solely on price, and they're being hurt financially because of that.
Yeah, and you talk so much about InsurTech as well, and you mentioned it today during a couple of your talks today, of it's always about speed to market and so quick, but that isn't always going to be the optimal coverage for you and I. So why don't you talk about that a little bit too?
Yeah, it's I understand the convenience side of it, and the process, any way you can streamline it, make it more efficient, is fine, but it's just, it's like a medical diagnosis. I told the folks today that if you thought you might have a serious illness and you're looking for a doctor, you wouldn't choose the doctor that has, man, I can have you in and out here in 5 minutes, and I'm not going to do any tests or anything to take up your valuable time. And nobody would ever choose a doctor on that basis. And what we're talking about is financial health, physical health. And but consumers never hear that from anybody.
No, not at all. So Bill, I appreciate you so much. I know you got things to go around here. You're going to meet up with the wife as well, so that's excellent.
See what she bought.
Yeah. My wife already told me she bought my son a new hockey helmet. He doesn't even play hockey, so.
Oh, just
so what do I
in
have
case.
going there? Yeah. So guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it so much. Make sure you run out and grab Bill's book here. You can find that online. I'll include a link here. But for B-Dubs, I'm JB, and we're out.